Hi guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with more Men of Yoshiwara. Ohgiya with Gakuto, and we're now on chapter 9, which has an interesting chapter title, which makes you wonder what's going to happen in this one, right? Well, other than the obvious, Gakuto's disappearance. Alright, let's get going, guys. Let's see what in the world's going to happen. Hopefully nothing too terribly bad. As soon as I returned home, I asked Musashi to come to my room. After I made sure no one else was around, I turned to talk to him. Musashi, please, lend me a hand. What has happened? Musashi noticed my unusual behavior and asked me in all seriousness. I gradually told Musashi everything. Desperately pleading, I asked him to look into that woman's past as well as watch over Gakuto. My word, this has gotten out of hand. Shh, you're talking too loudly. Oh, my apologies. I couldn't blame Musashi for being surprised. If it were possible, I didn't want Musashi to worry about me. Well, I may be able to look into that woman's past, but going to Ohgiya to watch over Gakuto's movement does not seem very plausible. Yeah, you're right. Utsusemi and Ageha are there with him, so I think Gakuto will be okay. But then again, Miss Kaze, would you consider backing out? Huh? Musashi looked worried, but soon leaned toward me with determination. What I mean is, would you consider giving up on Gakuto and visiting a different courtesan? No, I have to be with him. Plus, I need to save him no matter what it takes. But if something were to happen, it would be too late to regret your decision then. No matter what may come, I will always stay by Gakuto's side. Miss, he's not a suitable mate for you. What, are you saying like revengefulness gets passed down in genes or something? What the frick? There are better people out there for you. No, there aren't, Musashi. Why are you telling me this now of all times? Mother had been happy when she learned I picked Gakuto. The situation is completely different now. If you somehow got involved with that woman and his revenge... Musashi's face was pale and his lips trembled. Oh, you're so sweet. I could tell he was truly worried about me. Even so, I couldn't back away from Gakuto. Musashi, are you disobeying me? Oh, come on, don't pull that card. Yeah, I guess I pulled that card. I'm sorry. He bit his lip as he bowed his head. My apologies, but I cannot comply with your thoughts this time. Musashi! I'm terribly sorry. Please, give up on Gakuto. No, I'll never do that. Miss Kaze, if you won't help me, then I'll do it myself. Miss Kaze! Musashi seized my wrist. My heart almost jumped out of my chest. His actions were so rude. I wanted to brush his hand off, but Musashi looked stern. I froze up, standing there. If anything were to happen to you, my life would be over. Musashi hung his head and slowly let go of my hand. You're just exaggerating. No, I am not. I have my entire life devoted to you. He devoted his life entirely to me? I suddenly thought about how Gakuto was the same way. He only lived his life to exact his revenge. Thank you, Musashi. In that case, I'll set you free. No, that's not what I meant. But if this keeps up, I'll be causing you more trouble. I don't want you to worry about me. That's why I didn't tell you until today. But I'm scared because the independent police found out about my rumor. Miss Kaze. Still, I want to protect Gakuto, even if that means I have to commit a crime. Since you've watched over me all these years, you can understand that, right? I don't think you can. I don't think anyone can. Your life is so tragic. No, it isn't tragic at all. I mean, Gakuto really cares for me, and I have a special place in his heart. A flood of hot yet gentle emotions rose up inside of me. Was this how it felt to love someone? The urge to protect someone, wanting to save them. Was it this strong, passionate impulse filling me up. I understand, Miss Kaze. I do not know how helpful I will be, but I shall do my best for you. I shall look at the matter to the best of my abilities, but in return, please tell me everything that happens from now on. Watching you shoulder this burden all by yourself is something I do not wish for. Okay, sure. Thank you, Musashi. Thought we weren't going to get that. Musashi wasted no time in looking into things. Having an ally on my side felt so freeing. I wish things would change for the better because of this. A hopeful future is all I could wish for. Miss Kaze! Miss Kaze! While I was busy working at my family's store, I was surprised to see a familiar face rush into the store. The heck are you doing here? You're in trouble now. Miss Kaze! Ageha, what's wrong? Ageha was out of breath as he burst in, which gave me a bad feeling. Oh, Miss Kaze, there you are. What's going on? Miss Gakuto, he's nowhere to be found. Everyone thinks he ran off to elope with you. What? Am I hearing you correctly? Gakuto was missing. Miss, are you alright? It felt like everything around me was going dark. All I could do was... collapse, lament. No, we need to be calm to think this through. We're gonna pretend to be calm. I'm fine. Just feeling a little dizzy. I somehow stood back as my body continued to stagger. Still worried about me, Musashi came close to me. I have to do something. Yes. Ageha, do you think Gakuto has run away? Yes, probably. We could figure out more if we went to Ohgiya. No, crap. I was so confused, but at least I knew he hasn't run off to elope. Why are you... Stop blushing. This is the most inopportune times to blush. Stop blushing. Alright, I understand. Musashi, let's go to Ohgiya. I left the servants in charge of the shop, and the three of us quickly made our way to Yoshiwara. I hope he doesn't get in trouble for just coming to get me. As soon as we arrived at Ohgiya, the brothel's owner and madam questioned us thoroughly. However, once they knew I hadn't eloped with Gakuto, we went off to talk to Utsusemi. I'm here in the flesh. How did I elope with him while I'm still here? What the fuck? I am so sorry, Miss Kaze. Utsusemi bowed his head deeply as soon as he saw me. Don't be absurd. You have nothing to apologize for. But even though you warned us, we couldn't do anything in the end. You asked me to watch over him, yet I failed. It's alright, you two. What we need to do now is to think about a way to solve this together. Why would Gakuto run out of the blue like this? Well, Utsusemi reluctantly started to speak. Last night, I gave that woman the cold shoulder. What? I didn't know what to do. But Gakuto ended up finding out. And the more Gakuto went missing and everyone here was clamoring. I was standing in front of his door the entire time, but he still managed to get away. Where are you? Did you, take a nap? Did he jump out the window? What the hell? Semi and Ageha cast their eyes down in shame, but I didn't know what to do. The only possible conclusion was that Gakuto ran off to look for that woman. Gakuto was off to be with that woman. I prayed he wouldn't do anything too hasty. I'm going to search for him. Huh? But... do you know where he's going? Musashi, have you found out about that woman? Apparently she's a peddler at some sort of fish market. It isn't an established store, so I can't figure out much else. I see. Then let's go to the harbor. But that information may not be accurate. That's the only thing we can go on right now. Besides, how can anyone miss a giant fleshy man? I don't know. For one, there's barely any men on this island. Two, super flashy outfit. I'm so sorry, Miss Kaze. Even during a crisis like this, we can't leave the district. You say that, but Ageha, busted past the gate and came and got me. And then came back with me. So Ageha's like, that's okay. He went to go check. It's alright. What the fuck? If I could leave, I would run around helping you search. Semi, you've already done your best. Still, I'm sorry. Please stop apologizing. I just want to find Gakuto before it's too late. Let's go, Musashi. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Miss Kaze, be careful. With tears in his eyes, Ageha bowed to me. Thank you. If anything happens, I'll be sure to tell you. The rumor was spreading around Yoshiwara. Everyone had heard that Gakuto, the high-profile courtesan, had run off. That was the only thing people were talking about right now. Why? What would make him do this? His contract was almost over, too. Every comment from the passerby stabbed my heart. Musashi and I made our way to the harbor, following an unreliable rumor. I could hear the seagulls' heartless cries from far away. Where should we even look? I very rarely came to the harbor. Anxiety filled my mind, and I stopped in place. It seems they finished working for the day. The people who work here have probably gone home already. Did you ask the people around here for information too? Yes, I came numerous times but was never able to get any solid information. Musashi showed me around. I didn't see any familiar faces among the people who passed us by. The woman's distinct appearance was still in my memory. Suddenly, oh, I raised my voice without thinking. The woman in front of us looked over to us. Hello, I'm Kaze from the Kitsune Drapery Store. Not even vaguely close. Oh, why are you in a place like this? We met the woman we'd been looking for, even without any leads. I was flustered, but tried to stay calm, starting a casual conversation. It didn't seem like Gakuto had met up with her yet. We were just here for a little business. Do you live around here, ma'am? Yes, I do. Puzzled woman looked over at Musashi and me. Well, goodbye. Yeah, that was a really awkward question. That was not casual. That was like really, really weird. I didn't know what to do as the woman started to walk away. We've met at Ohgiya, haven't we? Well, what's with you? Even I want to go to a nice brothel from time to time. Is there a law against fisherwomen like me saying we can't go to those kind of places? No, that's not what I was getting at. Oh, now I get it. You're Utsusemi's woman, aren't you? No. That's why you threatened him to break our ties, right? Well, now you can relax. That tramp refused to see me last night. Utsusemi's a tramp? I don't know. When I hear tramp, I think like slutty woman, not slutty man. That's for sure. Why would he do that? It has nothing to do with you. A rich girl like you would never understand. I remember a different woman I'd seen some time ago. She'd been crying in front of Ohgiya, screaming Gakuto's name. Musashi had told me she probably had no money to see him. Then, that means you're not involved with Gakuto at Ohgiya, right? He hasn't come to see you, right? We're getting nowhere, so I interjected with my question. The woman's face went pale. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know that man. Hey, wait! Miss Kaze. The woman ran off as soon as she screamed. I ran after her without hesitating. I'll catch up to her first. Okay. Musashi ran past me after the woman. I was trying my hardest to keep up with the two of them. Yeah, I can't imagine running in a kimono is quite easy. At least not my refined kimono. Hers is probably like less refined and more movable. But yeah, no. However, I felt a heavy shock on the back of my head. Losing my balance, I fell to the ground. Someone just hit me. In front of me, Musashi ran off without noticing my dismay. Did someone just whack me in the head? Everything was turning white and hazy. Don't get so full of yourself, princess. The woman's detestable words were the last thing I heard. I fell unconscious. Did she just abduct me? Did she run off, backtrack, and whack me upside the head? The fuck? I heard the waves and the bird cries off in the distance. Were they seagulls? The wind that grazed my cheek, it felt like the sea breeze. I slowly regained consciousness as I thought to myself. Without delay, I suddenly opened my eyes. A sharp pain runs to the back of my head. I was right. Something hit me. Made me lose consciousness. Oh, you're up, princess. Why are you doing this? Gakuto's coming to see me, isn't he? I'm scared. If things turn out for the worst, I'll use you as a hostage. You're despicable. My hands and feet were tied up as I lay on the ground on the peninsula. What the hell? I couldn't move like this. I gave the bodyguard a few hours to slip, so things worked out in my favor. I guess I still have it in me. The woman looked frightened, as if she was pretending to be strong. I could tell because her fingers were trembling. What was I going to do? If Gakuto showed up and saw what was going on, it would only make him angrier. If you take me hostage, you'll be committing a crime. It's better than being killed. Please, don't bring more grief to Gakuto. Excuse me? At that moment, exactly how far will you go to anger me until you're satisfied? Fuck. Why are you here? Gakuto. Gakuto appeared in the flesh. He's mystical and magical, and somehow he came out in full regalia. What the fuck? Was it really him? The thought crossed my mind as I lay there dumbfounded. Nevertheless, Gakuto was slowly coming toward us. He glared at the woman with intense anger, like a beast stalking its prey. Even though he wasn't after me, his glare made me freeze up in fear. On that day, why did you betray him? Why did you do that to Yoshino? I didn't think he was serious about it. As Gakuto walked closer, the woman slowly backed away. You promised him, hadn't you? Gakuto's voice shook with sadness and anger shooting up in his chest. There was nothing I could do. I simply watched as he launched his fury at the woman. All I wanted was to stop him, but no words I could think of would do a trick. What could I do to stop his dark intentions? Answer me! Why did you leave Yoshino to die? The woman's body shook violently. I realized the woman was driven to the edge of the cliff. I didn't see a cliff anywhere around here, but okay. As soon as she gasped in surprise, ah! It happened in an instant. The woman lost her balance. It was just okay. It looked like she was falling into a dark abyss as she fell into the ocean. On reflex, Gakuto reached out to save her, but he couldn't catch her. He just stood there silently. After the woman's screams died and the sound of the sea engulfed her, all I could do was hear the sounds from the waves. Why did it turn out like this? It took some time, but I finally got the words out. Gakuto looked over at me, having been brought back to reality. He suddenly walked over me and started to untie the ropes around my hands and feet. This is just quiet, awkward, and like holy shit all at the same time. I'm sorry for making you go through such a terrifying experience. I could tell his hands were shaking. As soon as he got the ropes off me, I kind of want to slap you, honestly. I mean, it's not your fault. Well, it was like a total accidental thing. I don't know if she's dead or what, but that was... She slipped on her own. He just kind of scared her. Yes, that was totally an accident, I think. Right? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Oh my god, I don't know. Alright, anyway. Let's see. Hold, hand, hug. Thank you. I'm gonna hug you because that was fucking scary. Gakuto. Overcome with emotion, I hug Gakuto. Kaze. He hugged me back. I dearly missed his touch. We firmly hugged one another. And it felt like an eternity since we last saw one another. His arms were so strong, his grip so powerful. I never thought you'd get involved with this entire affair. I'm fine, but this is so tragic. She literally fell to her death. Please, don't worry. I'll tell the authorities what happened. I'll prove to them that you didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, just understand this one thing. Gakuto? After spending so much time with you, I had a change of heart. I wanted to bring that woman to Yoshino's grave and make her apologize to him. That's what I wanted to do, but when she suddenly disappeared, I was scared beyond belief. So that's what happened. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kaze. Please forgive me. But I don't know how I feel about that. It was like a total... It's been one day since I've seen you, and so you had a change of heart on how you were going to deal with this whole entire plan. Okay. You haven't wronged me in any way. I promise I'd stay by your side no matter what happened. Even something like this. Of course. Kaze. He embraced me tightly once more. He squeezed me so tightly that it almost felt like I couldn't breathe. I could sense his feelings from his strong actions. In that moment, I didn't mind the pain because I loved him. Miss Kaze! I could hear Musashi's voice out in the distance. He'd probably been looking for me this entire time. I knew that everything wasn't over yet. So I looked at Gakuto. He looked heroic, as if the demon inside of him had been vanquished. He was back at being the high-profile courtesan, famous throughout Yoshiwara. Everyone in Yoshiwara was clamoring about his escape. The tragic story of his revenge was what everyone was talking about. But Gakuto was arrested for running away. Okay. No. I mean, it was an accidental death thing. But yeah, you ran away, so you're in trouble for that. There was a rumor going around that Gakuto was pardoned for his crime and only had to pay a fine. The running away crime or the accident crime? Whatever. Something. Throughout the entire process, I frequently went to visit Gakuto. Okay, that was it. I'm not crying or anything, I swear. I was just more like... I was more action-packed than everyone else we had. Asagiri was like our super hot and intense one. Ageha was like a super innocent one. Takigawa was surprisingly not as hot as Asagiri's, I think. At times, but not really. I think his is more intriguing. And Gakuto was like, the hell all this action for? Oh my god, it was good though. It's good. Alright guys, well, I'll see you guys in the next episode in chapter 10 where we start to wrap things up and then we have our 2 endings and our extras. Yay! Alright, I'll see you guys then. Kaze out. Bye guys.